Planes on.
Let's go!
Right there. I'm gonna get some special tools. Now, so eat some of these.
Maybe.
Oh, remember running?
Maybe. Just stop the first.
Running.
My baby is loud. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Let me. I have to do the bread, baby. Let me do this first.
Calm down. That kid act like it's the end of the world. Yo, man, it should be crazy. Children are wild. Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? What up, good people? Y'all know how I like to start the show when I say good day to you. Make sure you say it back so I can feel that great, productive energy coming through the screen. That's right, I could feel it, goddammit. So good day, everyone. Hopefully everybody's day went well. Now we wind it down. Maybe you at the gym, maybe on your way home from work, and we're gonna make sure you have a great time doing such a thing. That's what we're gonna do. And you know, these things, you know, we don't like to waste somebody's time because, you know, later on tonight, we're going to have the great debate on the show, Tough Thursdays, how we do it all the time. Yeah, if you hear me. What up, Dolomite? Sharon is back at the hand that licked the other day. I don't blame you taking a few days off. That is crazy. Well, that's because of, you know, I do be actually, you know, I'll be working, I'll be grinding. God damn it. And then also, then I put my workout in and all that sometimes. It don't all line up the way how we need it to be. And that's the thing about life, right? Not every day is going to line up perfectly, but you got to just keep on striving and keep on moving. Do your best. Don't settle for less. Good day, Miss Jalen. How you doing, beautiful? It is so interesting to hear the people that don't ever support is the main one that's worried about other people supporting. That must be a Manosphere thing as well. I noticed that majority of the people that always complain about somebody supporting is the main person that never supports. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. What is wrong with you, my brother? Like, why is that the main talking point that you want to have a conversation about? Why you're not having the capability to just have a conversation about the topic? Why do you have to be so negative? I wish you nothing but peace and prosperity, my brother. But maybe that's why they get mad at me, because I really don't have no ill intentions for them, even when they have ill intentions for me. Because I really understand and have to believe that these men can be better. But the problem is, I cannot want you to be better more than you want to be better. I just can't do that for you. I'm sorry. I cannot want better for you more than you. That is insane. And for some reason, a lot of these men, they use all these goddamn talking points. Red pill sleeper cell. Good day, sir. I think. and a lot of these red pill manosphere, no good suckers, what they don't realize is that a lot of the people that they idolize and worship, they don't actually mean any good for men. They actually are the main ones that is pushing men down, which is it is so rich because they are the main ones saying that they are fighting for men's rights. And when you really peel back that onion, you turn this thing into a crop as you realize that these men do not actually care for other men. They only care for themselves. They are lying to you, these men. Just so they are literally grifting and pandering to men so they can get $1. They working on your emotions because they know for a fact that when you had a big old head and a little body and you looked all weird with those big ass teeth and that bird chest before you grew into your man shape, that the girls was teasing your ass before you was able to figure out your swag. Your mama used to buy you some hand-me-downs. You used to wear rejects. They cost $1.99. Rejects. They make you eat that. Yeah, y'all know about that reject song. Because in the projects they used to talk about you were rejects, goddamn it. And see, there you go right there. Again, Dolomite believes that he is giving me a compliment by being backhanded. That is wild. And Dolomite probably would say something that he is for men. He want men to move forward and prosper. But anytime he see a man that possibly disagrees with him, or a man that want him to be honest with himself, or a man that just want him to be truthful about himself, or a man that just say, hey, you need to go walk 15 minutes this way and 15 minutes that way and get that estrogen about your body, because there's way too many men that have all this estrogen built up inside their body and they don't have nowhere to release it. That's why they up on that red pill, because the red pill is a what kind of pill? It's an estrogen pill and it's a cholesterol pill. So a lot of these men got high cholesterol and high estrogen. This is why they always out here fighting and cooking and complaining each other. And what does it really mean when somebody is trying to disrespect a show and disrespect somebody that's willing to donate to a show? What they really are saying is that Sharon is not worth the donation. That's what he's want to say, Victorious One. He wants everybody to feel like him because he's mad at himself. He don't like himself. Any man that comes on another man's platform to talk down about any support he gets, that's because he don't have no respect for himself. He don't think that he's worth anything. And so therefore, why should I be worth anything? Why should I have any respect? Why me being 100% myself be okay to the world? Because he's not okay with himself, whoever that man is. And if the shoe fits, put it on. If the shoe fits, wear it. Sad. When you really think about it, it's kind of sad. And you ever notice how the Manosphere talks about dating like it's a war? Like every date is a negotiation, it's a hostage negotiation. And women are the terrorists. She are the lobster. She's a narcissist. Bro, maybe she was maybe she was hungry. That's why she went on a date with you. It's okay. These dudes are out here acting like women are the final boss in the video game. Hypergamy! She only wants a man that makes 6 figures. They get so worked up about it. Meanwhile, you know, the dude lives with his mom and thinks crypto is a personality. That's all they talk about. You gotta get that crypto. Yeah, all right. So let's break it down, right? The Manosphere got a whole list. They have a whole list of reason why women are the problem. A whole list. And it's kind of crazy when you really think about it. You feel what I'm saying, Big Dog barking? I see it all the time. And it's wild. One of the things, we're going to break down this list, right? What are some of the things that these manosphere, red pill, incel, manosphere, these no good suckers be saying? Oh, I know one. Women only date up. Have we heard that before? Have we heard that before? So yeah, it's called standards, my guy. And I'm sorry to tell you, but there's women out there that have standards. You mad she doesn't want to date a dude who wear cargo shorts and think Axe body spray is cologne? Is that the problem? That's not hypergamy, my brother. That's survival. This is the problem with a lot of you rim bros. Y'all don't understand the difference. Y'all conflate everything into yourself. God, shout out to Tony Robinson. He might say all the things he want to say that I'm some kind of male feminist. And is it working for? Yes, it's working for me. Yes. My wife is okay. She's good. She's chilling. She's hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Right now, she's cutting up some fruits and vegetables. She's making sourdough bread from scratch. She got started. The shit is alive. What is your woman doing? I wonder, what is your woman doing, sir? You being a manosphere guy, how has that benefited your relationship with your woman? Please explain to me, because every time I see it, majority of men that push out this manosphere talking points to their real relationship, they wind up breaking up, losing a family, losing a girlfriend, losing their wives. So please explain to me, how did any of these talking points about a woman dating up, let's start with the first, a woman dating up, how has that affected you negatively? If anything, it should be a compliment. If my wife said she's only dating me because she's dating up, that is a good thing for me, at least for my ego, because I got such a big ego. She loves my ego. All right then, Tony, so why you acting as if you in the house just beating your woman up like you be living out these manosphere talking about? It is you don't have to be so man worshiping. You don't have to. It's okay. You don't have to be scared of the men. The men ain't gonna do nothing to you. You're a big boy. You're a big boy. Stop being afraid to speak the truth. You know that these manosphere talk points is no good for anybody's relationship whatsoever. I would be proud of my woman said, hey, I had to date up and find my man because all these no good suckers was out there in the world. Why would I feel mad about that? Why? Okay, nobody want to answer that question. What's another one they say? What's another one they say, babe? Oh, women are too independent. I think that's one of the craziest things that the manosphere be saying, that women are too independent. Translation: she doesn't need me to fix her Wi-Fi. You scared of a woman with her own bank account. That's what it translates to. That's not feminism ruin dating. That's you needing therapy, sir. Whoever that person may be. If a woman being too independent hurts your feelings, you need some therapy. The Cat Facts Doctor, I will drop the link for anybody that's willing to have a conversation before we start our show, Tuck Talk Thursdays, later on. These men are afraid of women being independent, and the reason why they're afraid of a woman being independent is because now that woman can choose you. And a lot of these men realize that they are no good suckers, and they know ain't nobody in their right mind would choose them. So they have to be forced into staying in a relationship with them. God forbid they with a woman that actually wants to be with them. That she's with a man that she actually appreciates. Hey y'all, what up? And we all know that majority of these men want to take options away from women. Majority of these red pill incel, these manosphere, these no good suckers, they believe like, hey, y'all already brought it up. They want to take the right for them to vote. They want to take the right for them to be able to go to work. They want to take the right away from them to have the choice of giving birth or not. The only choice they want a woman to have is who she lays down with. That's it. And once you make that choice, it is over for that lady. Whoever, if she lives in a town of 20 people, that's her options. It is what it is. That's her option. It is what it is. They don't give a damn about how women actually are moving anymore. They want complete and total control. They do not want that woman to have any options, because if a woman have options, they most likely not going to choose a red pill, incel, manosphere, or no good sucker. And as we can see, all they could do is throw insults. They do not want to actually challenge the words that I'm saying. They don't want to challenge the topics that I'm saying. They would just come here and say, oh, Sharon, you're just a... Regardless of what you think I am, how about you come up here and defend your point of view? Why? It's only insults. They could hold that. They could hold a topic of a conversation for maybe about like 2 back and forths. And if you don't ask them no question, you just go ahead back and forth with them. They start getting all frustrated and discombobulated because they have alexithymia and they don't know how to express themselves. They do not have the words to match their feelings. And then we still have Tony. He says, Sharon, you're a male feminist. Well, how, sir? Can you tell me one thing that I said was incorrect? Can you talk to the topic? If I was to drop the link, Tony, would you hit the link and argue your point of view? See, this is what a lot of these men do. A lot of men, they just like to talk. They don't really want no problem. They just talking. My daughter liked that one. You don't want no problems. Y'all just talking. Y'all cannot, because you have alexithymia. Y'all cannot express your feelings. It's okay. Sharon is here. Sharon cares about you men. As long as you care about yourself. I cannot care more about you than you care about yourself. And again, another one. Not going to talk about anything that I'm saying, but if I drop the link, Cat Facts Doctor. Listen to that name. Would you be willing to come up? Because I asked Tony if he's willing to come up. He just forgot like I even asked him a question. He's like, I'm typing. He got nervous. He got scared. I get it. It's a little nervous dealing with a real man. I understand. It's tough. It's difficult. You don't understand, like, how the hell Sharon could express himself so well? So, Cat Facts Doctor, if I open up the link, would you hit the link, sir, and explain and express what you are talking about? I wonder. We'll wait. Let's see what he says. And I wonder if you know how it feels. What up, Alexander? Shiesty. Conscious moron. What it do? Zero tolerance. How you feeling? Sharon, you use your whole brain, boy. I'm a man. I'm not giving you those views, silly rabbit. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He thinks that all of a sudden, if he was to come on my panel, all of a sudden he's going to give me views. This is crazy. I don't even know if this is your real name, Tony Robinson. I do know that is a famous name. You feel what I'm saying, Cyber Dreams? I do know that's a famous man's name. I don't know if you earned that name, Tony Robinson. I don't know. But again, he believes that if he's to come up and talk to me, all of a sudden he's giving me views. Like I didn't earn over 1 million views by myself already. This is what they think, chat. They don't really understand. They live in a delusional world. They live in a delusional world. Anytime they get dropped, yeah, Sharon, I'm making you money. What the F are you talking about? Anybody that want to support me, they will support me regardless. They don't actually need you to be a reason to support me. Anybody that wants to support, they will do it. That's it. I do not understand why they believe that they are the reason why I get support. Is wow, the nerve of you. How dare you? So, this is why I point like this, because they say you point like this, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. How dare you? Wow. The audacity. The audacity of some people. It's wild. Okay. He didn't say anything about women only date up. He have no problem with that. Clearly, we debunked that. That's bullshit. Women are too independent. We debunked that because he can't talk to the topic. Okay, so that's BS as well. Because I'm sorry, but women don't need you to come fix their Wi-Fi, tires, brakes, stove, toilet. They don't need you for that no more. I'm sorry. What else they say? Women are delusional about their value. This is another thing that they say. Oh, you mean like how you think being like some of these men, they being 5'7" with a podcast makes them high value? Let's be honest. Some of these dudes think alpha male means yelling on YouTube with a ring light and no job. I want to do that fit the description of anybody. Does that fit the description of anybody? I wonder. And I wonder. I wonder. Shout out to my God, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Oh, I'm having a good time right now. Shout out to my God.
About to be a situation.
Shout out to C. Rich. He came to the panel for the first time, held it down, got into some arguments, got some points out, and he survived. He's a man that was able to survive and get his thoughts out. Shout out to C. Rich with the 10 ball. Good looking for letting me on the panel the other day, player. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. I really do. What up, happy man? I don't know how to answer that, Tony. He want to know, do we know somebody named Asia Bracy? I don't know if I want to answer that. Is she from Brooklyn? How about that? Ask you that. Oh. C. Rich is absolutely a survivor. He survives, goddamn. Oh. And it is so crazy when you really think about it, right? They be like, yeah, they delusional about their value because they are the ones that give women this crazy value. Hey, Tony, I feel you that it's dangerous, but hey, it is what it is. Ain't nobody come check me yet. Ain't nobody check me yet. You feel me? It is what it is. I'm out here just doing my thing, being honest, being authentically myself as much as I possibly can through my ups and downs. Just out here riding and grinding. Sit, and hopefully y'all can appreciate me just out here grinding. You know, I don't want no echo chamber, because what I did find out is that the manosphere is an echo chamber. And the reason why it's an echo chamber, you know, the real reason why a lot of men feel like they could be disrespectful to me, because other men are like, yeah, they do it for the validation of other men. That's the main reason why these men try to disagree with me on camera, because they want validation from other men to say, I don't agree with you. It's men that literally say, I disagree with Sharon and Brownsville just because. I actually agree with 90% of what they say, but I would never admit it on camera because I can't. Because then men are going to feel a certain way that I'm siding with the truth. It's much easier to deal with a lie, because the lie looks beautiful. Make sure y'all hitting that like and the share button for the YouTube algorithm as we get back into it and start crushing these no good suckers. You feel what I'm saying, Cyber Dreams? Miss Jayla was just close to doing it. I don't know why they try to bother that beautiful lady. They don't understand that she's family too. That's the main problem. That's why they keep trying to I don't get it. I don't know. It's wild. What's another BS saying that the manosphere would say? Don't worry, I'll drop the link. Anybody that want the link, make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh, I know one. Women don't want nice guys. That is a big one in the manosphere. And they believe that nice guys got to be boring guys. This is why the manosphere say stuff like that. Because you can be a nice and kind human being and still have a personality. A lot of these men think they believe they idea of flirting is texting, what you doing? Why WYD? That's what they believe flirting is. 17 times at that. And so these men don't understand. Maybe it's not her, it's you, my guy. For some reason, they believe, what's up, Cassandra? They believe that only bad boys gets women blood pressure going. And the reason why they believe that, because a lot of these men want their own version of a bad boy. '86 all day. Big Dog Bar said they wait until they 40 years old talking about they want to date somebody 20. Insanity. Or it's even worse, Big Dog barking. It's even worse. Some of these 30-year-olds talking about if they was able to move to a place where marrying somebody 16 is legal, they'll do it. That's crazy. This is what some of these men are saying. These manosphere men, this is what they would say. Hey, if it was illegal, they don't stand on nothing. They don't stand on no man code whatsoever. It's crazy to me. And this is why they keep trying to make it seem like nice guys finish last and all this BS, because they want a reason to be mean to women. And the manosphere loves to make men sound like the victims, like they just misunderstood. Philosophers of love. God damn. This is what they pretend to do. It's sickening. Imperious, you wrong every single day of the week when you come talking to me. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you just cannot accept that you're wrong. That shows the strength of a good man to say, hey, you know what? I was wrong about that, and now let's move forward. Don't get stuck in the past. It's a lot of men problem. They get arrested development. They get stuck instead of moving forward. This is why they want nice guys to look like they finished last, because they want a reason to be mean to women. And the weirdest part about it, they want to be mean to the woman that they say they love, the woman that they want to take care of. That's what they want to be mean to. And the craziest shit about it, they the ones that say on a day-to-day basis, men are logical, women are emotional. And what we see is flip-flop. Really? This is what they say, really? Men are logical? Then why do y'all punch holes in the drywall when she doesn't text back? That's not logic. That's a tantrum. Absolutely. Here we go. Come take this walk with me. And again, all the things that I'm saying, none of these men so far was able to rebut any statement that I've said so far. Look at this bum-ass dollar washer talking about the man. Shut your punk ass up. I don't understand what's wrong with y'all. It is something. If I talk about Donald Trump every day, oh, here we go again. If I talk about black people, here we go again. Anything I talk about, here we go again. So what? I always got liars. Yes. I always talking about a liar. Yes. I always talk about a liar. What's up, Dornick? Good day. That's right. People that lie, people that don't want to be honest, absolutely, I will speak about that. I'm going to speak out. See, the problem is, but a lot of these men want the lie to keep on pushing forward. But no, absolutely not. They are scared to deal with honesty. They are scared to deal with the truth of who they are, because in reality, they will have to start looking within. You cannot change what's outside of you. Dollar Wash, I'm talking to you with your punk ass. Because Dollar Wash would never in his life hit a panel and speak. He would never hit a panel and turn on his camera. But guess what? If a woman come up here and she starts talking behind the avatar while she don't turn on her, shut your punk ass up. I dare you to hit the link with your camera on. Boy, shout out to Dornick. I would do my best, my brother. I appreciate you. So this whole idea that men are more logical and women are emotional, we know that passions of crime, it happens from men. Men are out there on a day-to-day basis making emotional decisions that is not good for them. You feel what I'm saying? And Mills, it is plenty of men on a day-to-day basis filled up in prisons, filled up in speeding tickets, filled up in paternity court, filled up in all of these differences because they make emotional decisions. They are not logical the way how they say they are. I ain't never seen a dollar washer in my day. Shout out to the victorious one. Shout out to you. Thank you for being so generous. Victorious one with the 99 super sticker. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm out here working. Thank you. I didn't even know the thing was working. Shout out to Imperius with the $2 once again. Prescriptions with I can't even pronounce this word right now. With no epistemology. LOL. Try to make me say these goddamn multiple syllable words. You know, I struggle with multiple syllable words. He knows it. God damn it. I've been giving prescriptions all day. What you mean? Figure. It ain't my fault they don't know how to disagree. It ain't my fault that I'm just telling the truth and they don't know how to combat the truth whatsoever. This is the problem. They keep saying whenever they saying something, it is the realest thing. When I say something, he just baited us. I don't want to come up there and give you no views. If I come up there, somebody's going to pay you. Stop crying. Nobody do that to you. I don't understand. Since when men hate so much? They hate on views. Oh, you just bait us so we can. Shut up. If you want to have a conversation, have a conversation. You know I'm right. Because you can't argue my talking point. These men are not logical. They are the emotional one, without a doubt. Then they want to talk about how men build civilization. Okay, but what's the prize? Cool. You also built the gaslighting handbook with civilization. Just because you invented the wheel doesn't mean you know how to communicate. And what these men tend to do is live through other successful men where they don't have nothing to do with building civilization whatsoever. Whether the 4,000 people that came before them lived or died, it wouldn't change nothing in the history books. I do my best to watch it when I can. What do you mean? You see, I came up on your panel. I hit your panel. I ain't afraid to hit your panel, even though I got attacked as soon as I got there. And shout out to you for attempting to hold your wolves back. I appreciate that. Just make sure when you hit my panel, you do the same thing. Have some damn respect. They always saying I'm scared to have a conversation. I'm everywhere. They ain't never there. Every time I drop the link, they scared. Stop crying. I don't want to hear it. What up, AC Boy? I don't want to hear no crying. Either you hit the link and stay on topic. Shut up. You didn't build no damn civilization. It ain't you. Men are the prize. Okay, but what's the goddamn prize? That's another thing that they say in the Manosphere. What is the prize? You know what the prize is? A dude who thinks therapy is for weak people and showers once a week. This man barely showered. They don't even know how to wash their ass. Kevin Samuels had to tell you to put your middle finger up your ass and wash it. You got dingleberries. That's what is you got dingleberries. Go ahead and wash your ass. His last name is Wash. Don't know how to wash his ass. Ain't that a They got me on my shit today, goddamn. I want you to hit the link. I want you to tell me that you know how to wash ass. I want you to tell me that you listen to old Saint Kevin. I want to hear that you listen to old Saint Kevin, and when you go in the shower, you take your middle finger and you put it up your butthole and clean it out to get the dingleberries out like he told you to. That's what he told y'all to do. Shout out to St. Kevin for trying to get y'all asses clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having a good time, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. That's what the man said. That's what I do know. That's what the man said. You know what I'm saying? What's another thing that they say? Because I'm going to open it up very soon, right? I'm going to open it up very soon. Oh, you know what? I could drop the link down. Let me see if we got anybody that want to have a conversation before we start the Tough Talk Thursdays. Let me see how we going to do this. Let's see how we going to do it this time. Make sure y'all hitting that like for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. We're going to pin that to the top. Let's see. Pin the message. Let's see how we doing with the likes. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. So, what's another one, babe? You know the biggest one of all, right? Well, not the biggest, but it's definitely up there in the Manosphere talking point. Men are biologically wired to cheat. Who's about to fall? Oh, they cannot stop saying this. Men are biologically wired to cheat. So are raccoons. Doesn't mean we should date them. You can't use biology as an excuse for bad behavior. That's not science. That's selfishness with a lab coat. Look, I'm not saying women are perfect. Some of y'all out here with 37 red flags and a TikTok account full of astrology memes. But the manosphere wants to act like women are the only ones messing up the dating game. And truth is, dating is hard for everyone. But when you build a whole ideology around blaming one gender, you're not solving anything. You're just building a clubhouse for bitter dudes with microphones. You want real advice? Stop trying to be high value and start trying to be a human. Learn to listen. Learn to grow. And for God's sake, stop quoting Jordan Peterson like he's your damn dad. It's annoying. It's crazy. These men, they be on their period. I'm sorry, they do. They do be on their period, without a doubt. And and it's so interesting to see that, even though they would say all these horrible things about me and say that I'm some kind of feminist, blah, blah, blah. But none of them can actually use their words to challenge my words. It's weird to see so many men that feel this disdain for somebody that's speaking up about the truth, but don't actually have the ability to combat it. They are so afraid that their world is going to crumble. They are so afraid, and this is just not men. Like, you cannot be afraid to have a conversation. Like, damn. You cannot be afraid to look foolish for your thoughts. It's okay. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. And another thing that they constantly talk about is how so many men are the protectors. And so my thing is that, so when we use this idea that cheating is biological, and men are wired to cheat. So that means you're also saying simultaneously that men are wired to ruin their family. That men are the ones that's actually ruining their family for happiness. Men are the ones that do not care about their family. Men are the ones that's willing to risk their life for a piece of cutty. That's what you are saying when you say these things. And I don't think a lot of these men realize that's what they're saying. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
DJ Genesis. How you doing, beautiful?
Hey, how are you? How are you? Can you hear me?
I'm doing well, thank you. And also, right now I'm just having a conversation, Genesis, about how these men are the real ones that enjoy ruining their family. They always try to make it seem like women are the ones that's filing for divorce and they breaking up their happy home. But no, we cannot say that with the same token that you believe that men are wired biologically to cheat. Because if that's what you're saying, you're also saying men are wired biologically to break up their happy home.
We're also wired biologically to poop, but I mean, you could choose whether you take a poop in a public bathroom or if you take one at home. You can hold it. You don't have to just go right. You don't have to pull your pants the moment you get the urge to poop to just go poop right where you stand. You can also just hold it, and you might be a little bit discomforted, and then you just go home and poop on your own toilet. You understand what I'm saying? Why would you poop in a public bathroom and risk that your thing might hit the same water that everybody else been pooping in?
What makes you think? Why do you believe men believe that they should get a pass for because they biologically are made to cheat. What is your thoughts on that? Why do men believe they should get a pass for that? What's your thought?
Because they want an excuse to not have any control of their impulses.
Mm.
They want to be able to say, well, listen, I don't have control of my. That's the only thing that would say, well, I'm wired to do something, and I don't have control. And so I have to do this, or otherwise, or what's going to happen if you don't do it?
But I thought men were the logical ones. So if most men knows that cheating will destroy their family and possibly even get them deleted. Did you hear about? It was a story recently that just happened not too long ago. This 39-year-old man, I think he's a coach or something of that nature. He wound up going to this young lady's house. She's 21 years old, and you know what happened?
What?
The boy that he was supposedly coaching got home and shot his ass dead, fatally shot him while he was in the bed having sex with his 21-year-old girlfriend.
Wow.
Mind you, this man have 3 kids and a wife at home.
Right. So
and they want to tell me, and they want to tell me that I'm baiting somebody. They want to tell me that I'm a feminist. They want to tell me that men are the ones that is trying to stay home and rock with the family and hold things together. This man literally got himself deleted for a 21-year-old piece of vagina.
And I don't understand like this whole urge that you have to feel new food. Oh, this cootie cat is just getting old, and I have to just go try and get some new cootie cat. This is getting loose, or whatever it is that's going on, and it's just not enough. I have to go out because it's tighter over here, and this is over there, and whatever. That's what it's really boiled down to. Is that they want a new feel. So whatever that cootie cat, they got used to it. So it's almost like they're using it like a drug.
They're using what like a drug? Because you sound like you far away.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't look at me. You're using the vagina as a drug, you know. Once they're tired of it, then they have to go on to the next drug. Like marijuana, you start off with weed.
They gotta get their next high.
Yeah, it is.
So they just like Pookie. It keeps on calling me, man.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the guys that are hypersexual end up like on some like DL type of stuff, like dabbling and dabbling over there. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't. Now, once the booty cat ain't good, then they start going into the booty hole, and the booty hole is the same on the woman as it is on a man.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation, and I just want everybody to be honest about the situation. I usually speak about men because I am one, goddamn, and I know how it feels to be one. I know that I could see a nice looking lady and like, oh, she looks good, but that doesn't mean I have to act on it. Even if she was to come up to me and try to offer me some of that sweet old vagina, I ain't taking it. It ain't worth my family. It ain't worth my life. And I don't understand why so many men are willing to risk it all. They will literally say they willing to risk it all. They willing to risk their life, their money, their family, their woman, all for a piece of vagina. Literally. These men like PJ Washington literally risk millions of dollars for some vagina. You got some feedback going on, girl. What's up?
Is feedback going on? It still is. I tried to fix it.
I
was saying that I think it's also a matter of like some of these guys start having sex at a very early age. And it's not probably healthy for people because a lot of people ask them when they started. It started really early. And I think that kind of like before your prefrontal cortex is already developed, I think that's also like it feeds into like a kind of a real a way that when they see sex, it kind of is almost like a fetish, kind of like a fetish like thing, to where it's about pleasure.
On the fade away again. Yes, I got to adjust to what you were saying though before you started fading out. Yes, that is definitely a part of the problem as well. Men that is having sex way too early and way too often. And that's all a part of this. Before it was coined, the manosphere, this is still a part of that talking point. A lot of men, before it was ever coined, before men started conjugating onto these panels and having a conversation, that's been a thing that men, the degenerate men, was pushing other young men to do degenerate behavior, like have sex early and have it often. Yeah, so Genesis, I don't know, maybe I don't know, you in some place that's very echoey or something of that nature, but we could barely understand the words you're saying.
Is it still bad?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know, I got the wrong mic. So
Are you far away from the microphone?
I got the wrong mic chill. So let me fix it.
Okay. And so, and that's the real reason. It's been a lot of men just pushing men in the wrong direction for a very long time. Shout out to the Nightish. Shout out to the night. And so, you know, and for a long time, it's been a quiet echo chamber. And so the problem is now that echo chamber is coming onto the internet. Now we can all hear this so-called virtual locker room or this virtual barbershop. And now we start to understand how bad of an echo chamber it was. And for so long, how many of the older men been steering young men in the wrong direction when it comes to dealing with women. And no, I did not. And so now we got to start correcting these things and just being truthful and honest and letting young men know, like, hey, listen, putting your peen and everything moving is not a good look for you. It's not a good look for your family. That is one short certified way to be the selfish one in a relationship, is by going out there and cheating on your girl, especially if you say you have a good one, that you want to give her your last name. You want to live and die for that woman. It don't make no sense for you to say you'll die for her, but you cannot keep your peen out of sight of other women. That doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. That's emotional, because you seen a fat ass and you emotionally got aroused, so you wanted to put your penis inside of her. That's not logic. It's so emotional that a man recently got deleted because
Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yes, much better. Because a man wanted to sneak out and go and have some. He was a 40-year-old man, 39 to be exact, and go have sex with a 21-year-old. And he wound up getting himself deleted by a 23-year-old man, which was her boyfriend. So now two people are gone. So that young man, he's going to be gone unless he can figure out some kind of self-defense type of situation. And that man that was a father, a husband, a coach, he did some degenerate behavior, and now he's gone because he wanted some young box. That's wild. And then now think about how this family is going to feel about this whole situation. So like, you don't even get it. I don't even know if the family gets to grieve properly. Especially the wife. Do the wife gets to grieve properly, knowing that her husband just got killed in some young man's house because he was having sex with some young man's girlfriend, and she's a young girl. You could old enough to be her damn daddy.
Sure, she's embarrassed. I'm sure the wife is embarrassed.
But do she get a chance to grieve?
No, because she's embarrassed. That's embarrassment. She goes to the funeral, and this is how her husband has passed. That's an embarrassment. The funeral will be a complete embarrassment.
How do you get up on a podium and say something nice about your husband?
Honey, I don't even know. I probably would have got him cremated.
How do a woman get up and now she has to plan for your funeral, knowing that you was doing her dirty this whole time by lying to her?
I just wanted to read.
Being lying to her, being deceitful to her,
Sorry.
being deceitful to your goddamn family. You put your life at risk for some damn coochie.
I just wanted to say, and I'm not sure if you guys heard me what I said earlier. I said we have a lot of different things that we're biologically made to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's about impulse control, right? And so, like I said, you might have to go to the restroom, but you're not going to just go right where you have to where the moment hits you at. You're going to go home. So why don't you have the same impulse control where you sit your behind at where you stick your penis? You know what I'm saying? When you go to the bathroom, do you just go to the quick trip and lay and sit your behind on that toilet with your penis and everything, and it might hit the water, and all them people that go in and out the quick trip, would you go ahead and just make it happen right there? Or unless you have a severe case or situation, you're not going to do that. You're going to wait till you get home. So why can't you do the same thing with your penis in any other situation?
Well, that's because they believe they are biologically wired to do so.
No.
They think they supposed to put their seed in any woman that's willing to open their leg because they supposed to be fruitful. They don't even understand that passage. Most of these men are not. Most of the men are not even religious to be using these goddamn passes. I don't even understand how they keep using it. It's crazy. Most of these men, when they go ahead and follow these red pill incel, these Manosphere, these no good suckers talking points, it's really because they want to have a reason and an excuse to be mean towards women, because whatever happened to them in the past, whatever woman broke their heart when they was small, they had a big head, little body, they look weird, they didn't have no money, they dressed funny, they spoke funny, and somebody made a joke about them and made them feel bad. They never got out their shell after that. They want to take it out on all women moving forward, especially the ones that are stuck in their avatars and they not willing to show their face and show who they actually are. These men are hurt, and it's okay for you to be hurt, but it's not okay for you to be stuck in that hurt. That is the issue.
Well, I think I said the main thing I was trying to push off too is that it's like this whole hypersexuality. There's so much hypersexuality being pushed that men are losing their virginity at a very early age. Some of them are using them to older women. There's a lot of times men don't want to talk about that they get essayed at a young age by older women. And so that is something that we have to also deal with. Is like, you never know when they might have lost their virginity, to who, and also that men are kind of pushed like to lose it in a really weird way. I remember back in the day that men would get their little boy a prostitute and have their first time like that. So there's no value placed on the act of sex, but then the woman is kind of taught a certain way that there's supposed to be some level of value. Now this new generation, stripping and prostitution, all this stuff like that is cool. But back in the day, there would be like this whole thing about, well, the women should hold themselves till they get married, but then they would take the man off to go get their first time with a kind of like a little loose woman or whatever, so there's a lot of confusion when it comes to sex, that it's a double standard in how women are taught versus men. So then you have this weird way that people are being taught on how to be a man and how to be in a relationship. And it ends up like now we're getting what we're getting. And some guys just ain't getting none at all, and they're just talking a bunch of crap online too. Some ain't getting none; they just jaying off all night long and mad because all they got to do is look at porn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so the thing with the hypersexuality in men, where are they getting that from? It's not a biological situation that you just hyperly sexual. It's because you have a lot of energy that you don't know how to get off, and wherever your focus goes, that's where your energy flows.
I think it comes from the porn industry. The porn industry, how readily available, like seeing sex is.
Yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with it, because it's a lot of things that is readily available. It's readily available for them to learn how to make money. It's readily available for them to learn how to be better communicators. It's readily available for them to learn a skill, a trade. All those things is all readily available. The problem is they are focused on that aspect because it's the easiest thing for them to do. A lot of these men, they don't want to focus on the difficult things in life. Majority of the things that is worth having is going to be difficult. So if you get an easy woman, easy vagina, easy come, easy goes. And we know that. And nobody actually respects anything easy. So I don't even understand why they attempted to still go ahead and search out for this corn industry type of females. Why are you on Instagram looking for the easiest woman and try to say that is all women? No, they are looking for excuses to be mean and angry towards women. So therefore, they go ahead and search out the very woman that they say they do not want. They search them out and they find plenty of examples of that woman so they could justify their hatred towards women in the dating market.
If you actually looked at the phones of most of the people that you see on these red pill thing and their computers, you would probably see all kinds of crazy level porn on their thing. And why? Because they objectify women. Why? And in the actual act of sex there's nothing. There's no real connection spiritually to that act. Whereas I know even growing up, I was taught about the spiritual aspect, and that even to the point of that that whenever you're having sex with that person's spirit is attached to you. people don't even get into that anymore. They don't talk about the spiritual aspect of it. And so it's just like a nothing burger. Like, oh, okay, I'm just getting off, you know? But I think if people start bringing more spirituality into their lives and stop looking at it and stop being so secular and of the world, then they would look at sex as more of than just the act to like get off with.
Right. And so the problem is, Big Giz just said it. And I just brought up an example, Big Giz, of a man, a married man, family of 3. He risked his life. He wound up getting deleted because he went and cheated on his wife with another dude's girl in her house or their house. Homeboy came home, put some fire in him. Now he's dead. So now the wife is grieving because her husband's dead. Also, she's upset because she found out that her husband's a cheater. And then also she's upset because she found out that her husband's having sex with a 21-year-old when he's 40 years old. So that is a lot going on. And so that in itself, Big Giz, and that shows that men are willing to risk their family. That's number one. Also, it shows the hypersexuality. What DJ Genesis is talking about right now is that they are so focused on getting that 15 to 20 minutes of fun to risk their life over this situation. And something has to change because there's not too many men in the world that's actually made money off of having sex. So I don't understand what's the fascination with being the best sex person that you think that you are, because you can't compare it to nobody unless you're in the room with somebody. So I don't even understand why they think that sex is so important that they got to be the best. And I did this with this woman and that, and the third. Did that shit make you any money, bro? Or did it make you spend money? Or did it affect your family as a whole? Did your girl get mad because now your schedule been a little shifty now? Now you trying to make excuses. Now you got to lie to your woman. You taking money out. It's ridiculous to me how these men are so obsessed with something that does not actually benefit them at all. Go ahead, Genesis.
Right, exactly. And then when you think about it, there was a young lady, I saw her video on this one channel from TikTok, and she was talking about how she knew she had an STD. She told the guy she had an STD, that she did get tested, but she took the medicine, but she ain't been back to the doctor. This guy did it with her. The condom, she said the condom came off, but whatever happened, and he had a girlfriend, and they end up running back into each other at this barber shop, and the girlfriend found out and everything like this. But the whole thing is that like he knew that she had an STI. So why is that it gets that? So that to me becomes you're obsessive over something. It's almost like an addiction to where you're willing to do risky behavior just to have this kind of an encounter. And I think it's also to deal with drugs and alcohol and different other substances people are taking that's lowering the inhibitions of guys. It's increasing different estrogen and different things into their body, especially weed. It increases estrogen, by the way.
Hey, that's why I keep... They love that. They love to have that shit in their body. That's why they don't want to go walk 15 minutes this way and 15 minutes that way. Start with at least 2 push-ups a day so they can get that estrogen away. This is why they so believe in the red pill, because the red pill is an estrogen pill. Also, a red pill is a cholesterol pill, and they both have high volumes of that in their body. It's wild and crazy. Welcome to the show, Jalen. Good day, sir. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts about it. Yeah, what about? Let me ask you a question, Sharon, because this the real thing. You got the older black women trying to ruin these young black women's lives by speaking that hate speech.
Okay. Maybe one day we'll have a show about older women trying to ruin young ladies' lives. But right now, we are talking about how the manosphere is an echo chamber.
I'm not some real pill person. I'm just come on here on panels to tell you some of that's truth and facts. But
do you think the manosphere is a echo chamber?
Yes, now we already label it as a hate group.
I'm asking you a very specific question, Jalen.
Yes.
Do you believe? Don't tell me a talking point. I want to hear your own thought. Do you believe that manosphere is an echo chamber? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you know what an echo chamber is?
No.
There you go. Don't be afraid to ask that question, sir. Don't try to answer how you think I want you to answer. Answer what you think. It doesn't, as long as it doesn't hurt your head. So, an echo chamber means that it is a place where all the people agree with each other, no matter what they say.
I think that people want to be around people that think like them, and so they find their little group, they're the people that are like-minded. And so of course when you find people that think like you and whatever, it's going to be an echo chamber.
So that's where I disagree. I don't think just because we are like-minded means that we're going to agree on everything.
Right, but so as for instance, if you find like a bunch of a group called the Crips, and they have the Crip group, they're kind of all going to be in the same mindset. So it's almost like a gang, and this is like their own little gang that they came up with to be able to talk about their little problems or whatever, and they're all similar, in their mindset. So therefore, that's why what they're going to sit up and do a conversation. It's going to sound the same no matter what, because that's like their little, they all watch the same stuff. Their algorithms, if you probably put them side by side, they're probably all watching the same 3 or 4 channels. They're saying the same exact thing.
Right. So
humans are just easily programmable.
So now that's one thing I will agree. Would you like some, Renee? So what I'm saying is that no, but even with that, people in the same game, they set trip, they disagree, they argue all the time. Who could do this and who could do that? So no, I don't agree that just because we are of like minds doesn't mean that we could verbally disagree with each other, especially when we are talking about moving something forward, like a community. We're going to have disagreements so we can move forward, so we can see what's the best solution to move forward. The only way we could do that by having verbal discourse, disagree, and move forward together as a group. And so this whole idea that these men have, that you just got to be quiet and just agree, even when the men are lying, literally lying, for a fact that they saying that cheating is biological, there's no proof of that, even though they say they deal in truth, but they do nothing but spew out lies on a day-to-day basis. It's crazy to me. Like, for the fact that we have an open panel.
Is there a study that says that's biological? I'm gonna look that up online, because there must be somewhere they got that from. Is there that makes them really feel that they could say that?
No, there's no study. They never put no study behind the things that they're saying. Just like, for a fact that they say, Sharon, this is an echo chamber here. Well, literally, I have an open panel and you could come up and have a conversation and disagree. This is the mindset that they have. They will try to make a false narrative no matter what. They are the greatest at gaslighting because they cannot speak with any truth. There's no truth in them whatsoever. Even though I would point it out that men that's willing to cheat on a family, especially since it's biological, that we got to now say that men are the main ones that's destroying families because they are willing to biologically cheat, because that's what they just can't help themselves. That men are wired to break up families. But they ain't gonna admit that. No, they're gonna say a woman should just stay because he really love her, even though he's being deceitful.
Yeah, so maybe it's a matter of that they don't have as much oxytocin. See, I think it's a hormonal, based on what this is saying. So this is what it says. Cheating is not a purely biological trait, though it may have some biological underpinnings, such as genetic predispositions and hormonal influences that could affect a person's likelihood of infidelity. While studies show potential links between hormones like testosterone and higher desire for multiple partners, this does not mean biological factors determine behavior, such as self-awareness and individual choices play a significant role. Social, culture, religious, and individual psychological factors also strongly influence whether someone cheats. So it's a psychological thing. It's something in their mind. Now, here's the thing. Now, if you get into if this person was traumatized as a child, if they had, I'll look at if is having sex too early, can it make them hypersexual?
Well, we already know that's a fact. That's not even close to even a conversation. Having
Right.
sex too early and having sex too often would definitely make any human being, man or woman, hypersexual. That's what I found.
Well, it just says no.
Yeah, because if you have sex early and you only been with one woman, then yeah, you won't be hypersexual.
Right. It
Yeah,
says
but
it
if you
says
have sex early with a whole bunch of different people, then yeah, you're
it
gonna.
says you know what it says? It says not, having sex too early does not typically cause hypersexuality in men. Rather, hypersexuality is a psychological condition often rooted in factors like childhood sexual abuse, certain medications, chemical medications, right? Again, now what if I looked up weed? Does weed cause like alcohol or drugs? You know what I'm saying? Now when you combine that, oh, also it says mental health conditions such as bipolar disorder can cause hypersexuality.
Right. I mean, it's probably a bunch of different reasons why somebody could be hypersexual. We know a lot of men do have. What was that last thing you called it? What kind of disorder?
Bipolar.
We see that on panels all the time. These men be
Because
absolutely
they're
bipolar.
antisocial.
Welcome to the show, Stop the Cap. How you doing? Let me give you a proper
Hey, Mr.
introduction.
Hey,
Thank
Mr.
you for
Bracy.
showing up to the show. How you doing today? What's your
Hey,
thought?
Mr. Bracy, DJ. I just wanted to say one thing, and I'm gonna jump off. If what they saying is true about their premise of biology, right, which they cannot substantiate through research. If let's just play their game. If what they're saying is true, why are men complaining about the birth rate so low? And why are men rolling back birth control and stuff like this for women if they are inherently biologically warned to cheat? Wouldn't they rather women prevent pregnancy so they can go around and slinging it? And I'm gonna drop.
I just looked it up. Marijuana can cause hypersexuality. It says marijuana can be linked to hypersexuality as studies show positive associations between increased use and sexual frequency. Though the effect can vary by dose, lower doses are linked to heightened desire, while higher doses may decrease desire. So the bottom line is that there is some levels that it is. Yeah, hypersexuality is found to co-occur with cannabis use disorders in some clinical populations.
Very interesting. A lot of people like to smoke weed, and so so they brought up somebody brought up women, black women. I don't know why they put a race on it. Black women and black men, they cheat at a certain at the same rate. I do not understand. So now we're saying that what is that supposed to mean? Is that supposed to mean that it's in a biological situation as well? Stay on camera. I don't know who you are. Let me see. Hold on.
If they cheat at the same rate, then you can't blame it on it
Biology.
being a biological thing.
Exactly.
It Sharon. I mean, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's up, educated Pookie?
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. My old channel got deleted. It's been a minute. I don't know if you remember Patriarchy Strikes Back, but I used to argue with him on Anton's older Fight Club panels like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
So it's
All
been a
right.
minute. I just wanted to add on to what Stop the Cap just said because she made such a great point. Before I forget, I had this conversation with Dee, that black girl Dee that has that channel with however many subscribers she has, and I was telling her I don't understand why these black manosphere dudes, and a lot of them lean conservative, which I'm not hating on, I get it, whatever, but they're not consistent in their logic because they're arguing against abortion and against like certain measures that are empowering women or allowing women to terminate pregnancies early on, whether it be, you know, free access to Plan B or whatever, contraceptives, yada yada yada, whatever, in different states, right? And these same niggas are complaining that these same niggas that are arguing against abortion and against Plan B and contraceptives, these are the same controversies. I'm sorry, conservative, angry man, black man YouTube listeners that will complain about too many Pookies being born. All these poor Keishas are having all these thug babies that are robbing our communities and invading our homes and yada yada. And I'm like, wait a minute. Your opinion is that you hate these Pookies being born, but then at the same time, you'll hop on Angry Man's panel and beg and plead for women to not have abortions. So some of these black men, these black conservatives, they're just not thinking their argument all the way through. Because I'm like, I don't understand your logic. Because I'm like, wouldn't you want there to be more abortions? If you're so against the impoverished black people having babies and you want more middle class babies, wouldn't you do everything in your power to elevate more impoverished black people to that middle class status so that they can support families? And then wouldn't you do the best to give younger or poor black people options to have contraceptives or to terminate the pregnancy as early as possible because they know, hey, I'm in the hood right now. I didn't go to college yet. I can't really support a family. Let me terminate this pregnancy early. Let me get it out of there within 3 weeks. Because again, I'm against late term abortion. I had the same opinion as like 96% of Americans or whatever it is. I'm against late term abortion. If you're going to do abortion, do it early, whether it's a Plan B, which is not really abortion, that's Plan B. But I'm saying,
If you could stop saying the word so much, though. Say,
oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Unaliving or whatever. I don't know what the word is. Unaliving, yeah, whatever. But again, because I'm not saying in the second or third trimester that I'm for it. That I'm not talking about that. That's different. And most Americans agree. Most Americans are against late term unaliving or whatever. They're talking about within the first 6 weeks, preferably. In my opinion, basically, I draw the line. I forget the exact number because it's been a while since I debated this, but before that line where the fetus draws sentience or can feel pain and shit like that, or has actual consciousness. And I know that line, and again, this has been a while since I debated it. I don't know if it's 22 weeks or if it's 19 weeks or if it's this or that, whatever. But again, I'm not talking about no late term stuff. I'm against that, obviously. I'm talking about people that are responsible, that are like, hey, like if I got a chick pregnant today and she brought it to me, and for whatever reason, it was too late to do the Plan B, I would responsibly get it out of there within 1 or 2 weeks.
What
Like, you know what I
the
mean? I'm
hell?
not talking about
Get
no
it out of there?
just to be clear, because I'm not for
Why
that.
are we talking about women like they are just like this robot that you just planted your sperm into and just get it up out of there? Like there's not a whole like dangerous like death like that a person can't die from this whole procedure of a vacuum going into a uterus
No,
of a
they
woman
can.
and sucking
They
it out.
can, but I'm saying the guys that are criticizing the women for doing this too much, and they're like, oh, you're unaliving all these babies. These are the same conservative black men that are complaining about these poor babies growing up to be Pookies and Ray Rays. And I'm from Philly. Again, I get it. Pookies and Ray Rays exist. I get it. But some, Sharon, I seen the earlier portion of your stream where you talking about the male echo chamber and how some of these red pill dudes, they overdose on the red pill. They see the real world through that red pill lens and they lose sight of, because again, some of these dudes touch grass. That's not the issue. They could touch grass all they want. And part of my anime posters, but they could touch grass all they want. But if they're consuming a certain amount of red pill, like dogma or ideology, it's still influencing everything they see in their day-to-day life. The reason I've been able to just have a normal experience even now is because I'm debating these dudes. So if anything, I have the opposite. Whereas when I go out in the world, I'm actively looking to disprove these guys. So I'm even more appreciative of seeing regular couples have normal positive relationships. And when I go out and I see regular married couples or even younger couples that go against certain stereotypes that the manosphere would have you believe wouldn't be possible, because they're overdosing on the pop the balloon and the fresh and fit and yada yada yada. But yeah, Sharon, you hit the ball out of the park. But I didn't watch your whole thing because I wanted to join your panel because I was in the middle of watching it. But I didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Appreciate that. So it sounds like it's challenging for men out there in the world to go ahead and touch grass and find their own woman. And I don't understand why is that such a difficult time for when it's much easier to find ways to communicate with other human beings and just talk to somebody. Why are so many men having difficult times just finding a suitable mate? I don't understand it.
They have delusional standards. That's for one. Oh, go ahead, Genesis. My bad. Go ahead.
I just think that this whole like that anyone talking about like a thing that happens with a woman's body, period, okay, that can kill her in the meantime, and also can cause all this like terrible side effects later on in life, you know. And also we talk about how women are overweight. Well, do you know that even though you have a smortion, that your body still goes through the pregnancy as if you were still pregnant? And you wonder why a lot of women are overweight and this, that, the other is because they've gotten pregnant and had the smortion, and then now their body still gains weight, and it's harder to lose that weight because you don't have the after effects of like breastfeeding and things like that actually takes that weight, that water weight and all that stuff up off of you. So it's like a really crazy thing that anyone would encourage abortion at the smortion, because smortion is very detrimental to a woman's body. And I think that if anything, we should be encouraging men to get vasectomies until they're ready to have a child. And maybe men will be more responsible if we actually put the onus on the man, since they're the ones busting off and got the most sperm to be able to give and to the woman and all these different women. If we want to just cut down on the birth rate or increase it or make sure that this is with a family, okay, well, vasectomy until you can have a child, until it's time, until you're ready for a child. And it's easy.
If Pookies will listen to that, then that would actually work. I don't know if Pookies will. I mean, honestly, I never even thought about it. So, I mean, if any Pookies are in Sharon's chat right now and they want to comment and give their
everything that every
just because I don't want to
for a woman, every birth
defect,
everything that deals with a female's birth to decrease. Listen, every birth control thing that goes in when it comes to women is very detrimental to her health. Birth control.
No, but I'm saying other black men on YouTube will tell Pookies and Ray Rays, they'll be like, you dudes should give vasectomies and stop having babies and yada yada yada. But I'm just saying, I can't speak for other men. I can't tell, like, I'm not going to get up on a soapbox and act like I'm so upright or righteous and I'm a perfect black citizen and I'm better than a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and I can get up here and tell them to get a vasectomy. Now, I'm saying I agree with your point. I'm just saying in practice, I'm sure some dudes actually would agree. Some dudes wouldn't mind getting a vasectomy, honestly.
It increases actually if you're into how it feels and everything. I heard it increases the pleasure when you ejaculate when you don't have. But maybe they just want to see the whole thing, whatever. But the bottom line is that if you do that, it's a lot less dangerous to the woman, because women with birth control pills and IUDs, these things are breaking off inside of them and all kind of crazy stuff. But like, there's an easy clip that a man can get, takes less than an hour in the office. It's an outpatient procedure that if you don't want to have children, rather than us having to get a vacuum put inside of us, that's way easier. And I don't even understand why men would even have a discussion about what women should be doing anyway.
Okay, hold on. Let me welcome into the show the voice of Venus. Good day, Venus.
Good afternoon. What y'all
How you
got going on?
What's your thoughts?
Oh, I just came in, so I don't know what the topic is, but to what Genesis was saying, I just wanted to say I think we got to be a little bit careful because when you say things like the women are overweight because of deletions, that's gonna make people think every time they see a woman that's overweight that she got a deletion. You kind of like putting that on a bunch of women. So I mean, I never got one, but I don't believe that to be true. What you just said, and I'm
Oh
Wait,
no,
kind
was
of
that
like,
said in a clip
it actually
earlier?
is true.
I'm sorry, I missed that part of the
She's
stream. I'm
still
sorry.
talking. She's still talking. Let her
Oh
finish.
no, I was agreeing with
Oh, no,
her. I missed that whole part, the
agree on
part of the stream. Oh
mute.
my bad.
Let her finish.
Oh my
Let her
bad.
finish the whole. Yeah, let her
Venus,
finish
my
the
bad.
whole
Go ahead.
thought. Go ahead, Venus.
not agree on mute. But that's go ahead, Jenna. That was my point. Like we just gotta be careful about saying stuff like that because these people will take anything you say about women and then use it against women. And I don't know if that is true what you just said because now it could be like, yeah, they all like that because they all got deletions. Like so, yeah, I wouldn't push that kind of rhetoric because I don't think that's true. I'm not talking about the hormones still existing in their bodies, but like the way you linked it to all these women is just nah.
No,
Well,
that sounds like manosphere junk science to me.
Hold on, Pookie.
no, it's
She was
not.
addressing it to Genesis. Let Genesis get a chance to respond. Go
No,
ahead.
there's a period of time after that happens that your body has to adjust. Like any operation that you would get, your body has to adjust to that. I'm not saying that all women that this happens to, but there is like anything that you get that's an invasive thing, especially when like even like say if I like got people like get like that gastric bypass. There's a whole thing that happens to people lose their hair and everything like that after they get their stomachs cut, because that lack of vitamins and things like that. So, same thing that happens with pregnancy is that there are side effects with you when you smort the child. You know what I'm saying? There's a side effect to it. So, some women have a hard time losing the weight because if you say that at one point people were able to do this up to like 4 and 5 and 6 months, right? So you've gained weight as a pregnant woman, and then it takes some time for the side effects to like kind of kick in
So,
after.
like I said, I understand what you said about the hormones still existing in the body, but is there anything that, like, any source you have that proves that women are overweight substantially because of that? Because if not, that's my point. Like, we shouldn't be.
I never said substantially, but I'm just saying is that that is something that happens with pregnancy is weight gain. So if they smart the child and they've gained weight because through their pregnancy, a lot of times because of the fact that if you normally when you go full term with a child, do you have you there is a time where you actually lose all of that, especially if you breastfeed. So that's what I
But
was.
Genesis, at what isn't there a cutoff time for women to even be able to do that? They don't go full term. They don't go to 4 and 5 months. So what you're
Well,
again,
that
that's not
that just
true.
started happening. There used to be a time where that was a thing. People, you could get it up to 4 to 5 months.
When
They
was
just
that?
it was maybe about 3 or 4 years ago.
No, definitely was not 3 or 4 years ago. No. Mm-mm.
When did they reverse Roe versus Wade? When was that? Whenever they reversed it before that, they were able to do that. Yes, they were. The,
Again,
cutoff.
so I asked you for like a source of some sort
Okay,
because
I'm gonna find it. Hold on, I'm gonna give it
yeah,
to you.
because putting that on like overweight women again is just no people. Some people are overweight because of medical issues, but I don't.
Abortion became legally protected to up to a point of fetal viability, generally between 24 weeks. When Roe versus Wade, and then whenever they changed it, whenever that time was recently, 2022. So that was 2022 is when it ended. So that was about 2 years ago.
I think she's driving, so
It was Dobbs overturned Roe versus Wade in 2022. So I said a couple of years ago.
but I think the issue that Venus is saying is that like you shouldn't connect gaining weight to that type of surgery only because there's plenty of different surgeries like you pointed out that you can have where you could gain weight. It's plain things in your life that can happen to you while you can gain weight. And so if you was to say that gaining weight is connected to baby deletions, and then men are going to just say anybody that's overweight, they're going to have an excuse to say, oh, you be deleted babies, is what Venus was trying to say. So you got to be careful about what you say because people will use it in a negative way.
Okay, so according to let me see what this is it's a medical thing called Practo, right? It says that okay, after a smortion, um, based on hormonal changes, stress, lifestyle adjustment, because stress, that whole situation, all that stuff causes stress. Activity levels may occur postpartum because you were pregnant. Physical recovery from abortion, hormonal shifts begin with the pregnancy need to regulate, and emotional stress can also influence it has a weight. So, bottom line is that whole thing goes with that, but it's okay. I get it.
Would you so? But you do understand that, like when you say that, men are going to say not any woman that is overweight, you had a baby deletion.
Well, that's crazy to like that would be a logical fallacy. I'm just saying is that when we talk about when I brought that up, I was also just mainly addressing how brutal abortion is, and to like not to just make it like something that's just something. Oh well, I would do it in like the first week or it's the second week. Well, this is not just a typical operation that's going on. There's all kind of hormones and everything like this.
No, let's not just be disingenuous. I was saying that in the context of I'm not in the vast minority of Americans who believe in late term unaliving of kids. Most people in America, they're against unaliving of kids. They're only, or the most common point of agreement. They're like, if at least if you're going to do it as early as possible. Do not wait until the fetus has sentience and can feel pain and yada yada yada. I mean, we can go. I mean, this is a very common argument among the
Right.
ethical people in the medical field who argue about this.
But
So
I-
that's
but
the
my
only
point-
context I brought it up in. And I didn't even say it doesn't have to be the first week. I'm saying
So my
if for
point,
whatever reason you can't do a plan B. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. Like literally, I've never been. So I can't speak on it. For whatever reason, the women I deal with are responsible. I've never even had this debate or argument. So I'm not a pookie. So, I know my name says that, but it's a joke. I'm not actually whatever, But go ahead, Sharon. My bad.
my point that I was trying to actually make was about the fact that discussion is just being just so we're talking about well the fetus has liability and this that the other. I was talking about the effect it has on the woman and the fact that we're just talking about it like it's just a walk in the park. Oh, just go snort, go take a pill. It's just nothing. And I'm saying that all these things are a dangerous situation for the woman. And
I don't know who was talking about it like it was a walk in the park. I didn't see the whole.
Well, the fact that you're
so
only
maybe somebody
focusing on
was,
the
but
child,
I
was not finished
don't-
talking. The fact that you were only focused on whether the child is viable or not, and just completely just dismissed any discussion about.
No, nobody dismiss anything. You're assuming and projecting and speculating. But okay. I would hope anybody that's mature and covered this topic would know that the health of the woman is the number one priority. Any doctor that deals with this medical procedure, regardless of what the father thinks or what he wants to do with the kid, the health of the mother is at the forefront of the doctor dealing with that woman.
But it's
So
not
even whether
when
I
men
want the
talk
kid or
about this,
not,
they're
it
not
doesn't
talking
matter.
about
That
the health of the
doctor,
mother.
he is
Even
worried
what you're
about
talking about.
my woman's health because he took an oath. So he's going to let me know, or he's going to let her know and her family know any medical uh um difficulties that may come up because of her medical history or because of the specifics of her pregnancy and whatever. And I've had female family members who have had difficulties having children. That's anybody that's or again, I'm not talking about pookies. I'm talking about any normal, mentally sane black man who is having a kid or is potentially of age of having a kid is, let's say, late 20s or higher. They already know this. So again, if you were talking about some
Educated
specific
Pookie.
manosphere dude who dismissed the health of women, then I agree with you if that's the case. I'm just talking about Sharon and the guys that he agrees with. I've never seen them frame it in that way. When I was making my thing, I was talking about black conservative dudes and the overdose red pill dudes, which is that's who I like when I like these angry man subscribers. That's
Thank
who I'm
But
you.
then,
referencing.
but then
Land
you
the
So
said,
I'm
plane,
not
sir.
saying all black men have that flaw. I made a very targeted critique of a specific group of black men. Just to be clear. Go ahead, Sharon. My bad.
it
Go
was
ahead. Go
just
ahead.
too much matter of fact, though. I just
Go ahead.
matter of
Go
fact
ahead, Sharon.
about the baby, and I'm like, well,
My microphone's muted. Hold on.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Venus. You want to jump in and say
Oh, if I'm
something?
pronouncing your name wrong, my bad. My bad.
You okay? You're all right.
It no,
I
is it
think
Sharon? I don't know.
It's Sharon.
It's Sharon. Okay, yeah. My
That
bad.
baby,
It was this battle rapper named Sharon I used to watch. The white boy. My bad. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I think overall, Genesis, my point was that is not the reason most women are overweight. I don't think you said the word most, but I'm saying that because when you say a blanketed statement like maybe the reason some of them are overweight is because, and it just puts it out there that all of these women are getting deletions, and that's already a problem that people are putting on black women already. So that's the reason I'm saying something to you just about being careful about even giving any justifications for any of that for people to run with. The
I
other thing
totally
is,
get, but I agree with what you're saying. I just want people to understand the context of how I was saying it. I was addressing the health issues that come along with abortion, not abortion, not necessarily trying to make it about gaining weight and all this other stuff. I was talking about the medical complications and that it should not be talked about just so liberally, like it's just a walk in the park. And then one person says, well, it's actually quicker than a walk in the park. And it's like, no, it's not, because once that happens, you have a whole recovery time that happens afterwards. That is not a walk in the park. Okay. That's what I was trying to say. So that's what I was trying to get at. So maybe that got misunderstood by me bringing up that that's a symptom of weight gain and stuff like that, and hormones deregulation and whatever. And so I tried to explain. So my bad if I made anyone think that. So
oh no, it's all good. And I did a quick Google search, so this could be inaccurate because I'm on my phone, so I can't do both. And I think it said 24% of, I just put like how many women in the US get deletions. And I think it said 24% by the age of 45, right? So that's a very small percent of women if and compared to how many women are overweight, right? So that's why I just wouldn't put the two together. But to educated Pookie, I think what you're missing is that women have had enough of men policing their bodies, right? So you may mean well, but I think what Genesis is getting at is like she doesn't want to hear a man talking about what could potentially happen with her body or what she should do because you just have no way to possibly understand any of that.
No, Venus. I was talking to other men though, specifically these other men who had their opinion about this. I was specifically talking to them. I wasn't talking about women, regardless. At like period. Like when Angry Man and those dudes, when like when Genesis brought up Roe v. Wade being overturned, and all these black manosphere dudes wanted to spin the narrative. I'm like, wait a minute, you same dudes complain when all these quote unquote Keishas have these kids because y'all are like, oh, all the poor black American people, they have Pookie and Ray Ray kids. So I'm like, what is it? Which one is it? I just want their logic. I'm not even speaking on women like I mean I'm a progressive, so I mean on my actual Instagram and ish I agree with women. I'm not even so this isn't even a debate in my real life. I'm just saying these dudes that have
All
an
right.
opinion on
Yeah,
this,
I
it
got.
doesn't make sense for them to play both
Okay, we
sides.
got you.
Like
You don't got.
their logic doesn't
You don't have to.
line
You don't
up.
have to. You don't get. You got it. You don't got to reiterate. We
Oh
can hear
yeah,
you.
my bad.
Yeah, we can hear you. So, are you somebody that is in the dating market now? Married, girlfriend, long time? Like, what's your situation now, and what's your plans in the dating market?
I mean I'm chilling. I mean my ex moved out a couple years ago, and um my thing is just financial now. To be honest, I'm really trying to clear up all my debt and everything before I even get into anything. Because even man. And again,
Did you cry?
she did her part. She drove me to work and she cooked like 5 days a week, yada yada. But a woman is an expense. So at the end of the day, in terms of like living with the woman long, because I actually like having girlfriends. So I'm just being realistic financially speaking. I make enough to be a comfortable single guy right now, but I do not make enough to go through another year of living with the woman and supporting her or whatever. Just not now. I mean, next year,
How old are you?
whatever. I'm 37. I'm old. Like Sharon, I've enjoyed my 20s and all that being single, so I'm
Mm.
chilling right now. And honestly, even back then I had a lot of girlfriends. Like I'm not like a lot of these red pill dudes, they be arguing me about body count and this and that. And I'm like, bro, if you need to smash 300 women to validate yourself as a man, I think you have some deep rooted issues that go beyond like masculinity or anything. Because I don't need to smash 100 women to make me feel like a worthy person or a cool person or desirable. Like,
So
you
now,
know what I mean? I don't know. That's just
why
me.
you
I'm cool with smashing I could smash a chick a year for the rest of my life. I am
so
totally okay with that.
okay. So what about now that makes you want to focus on money and not before when you was actually with a woman?
Well, I mean, I was still focused on money then because obviously, like, I was still working full time, but it's just in the midst of working full time and trying to get promoted, and then still coming back home to her every day. It was just, it was the mental stress was too crazy. So I'm like, yo,
Try to
the
get
men that
promoted.
have the issue, or
What
I'm
does that
sorry,
what
the
does
men
that
that have the option,
what does
there's
that
no
mean?
reason to put yourself in that position.
What does that
Like
mean?
in my case, I'm older, so I'm just saying I'm
What
in a
does that
different
what
space.
does it mean to try to get promoted?
Wait, Sharon,
Say
can
it
I
again.
say
I'm
one
sorry.
thing? I gotta drop. I'm sorry, but he's long winded. I just want to say
Yeah,
one
no,
thing.
yeah,
Um,
I was done my
I gotta
point.
drop down. Um, so I just want to address something in the chat because they were saying like what percentage of that was black women, and this is how we know these men are disingenuous because the black men's unemployment rates are high as hell. Their imprisonment rates are high as hell, right? Their self deletion rates. You guys have so many rates that you should be worried about within your own group. But again, you skip past all of that to worry about what women are doing. So we know your concerns are not legit because self preservation is key. Wouldn't you worry about your own group first? You just want to have talking points. What percentage is black? I don't know what percent of black men are doing a ton of shit they shouldn't be doing, but we don't hear you talking about that at all.
Mm.
And to the woman who's like, you're arguing against him, he agrees with you. I'm not for deleting children, sweetheart. So he does not agree with me. I don't promote that. I don't condone it. I don't care when it was. So he doesn't agree with me. He's not. I'm not arguing against my own point because you've never
I'm
heard me
not
make
for
that
or
point.
against deleting
No,
children. I
you
never had to
absolutely
do
are. You are.
either
You are,
or.
sir. I heard you up here just say, as
Any
long as you
black
do
woman
it.
I ever
Excuse
slept with
me.
has a way higher
Excuse
IQ
me.
than you
Excuse
and is
me.
way more
You gotta
responsible than
stop
you.
Okay.
talking. Stop
Any
talking.
black woman
Stop
I
Okay,
ever
hold on.
laid
talking.
down or touched
Okay, hold
or
on.
held hands
Hold
with
on.
looks better than you,
Educated,
smarter than
hey,
you, and is more
educated,
respectable than
educated,
you,
educated,
sweetheart.
educated.
I know
First of
Obsidian
all,
put that
Hold on.
battery in
I
your
don't want to.
back
I
because
don't want.
he let you
Hold
on a
on.
panel one
Educated,
time, but
educated.
calm it down, sweetie.
oh,
Okay,
you a
I'm not
fan?
just.
You know who I
I'm not
am.
just
Why are
calling
you
you Uber
Calm
referencing
now.
it
previous
down,
conversations?
sweetie, or not.
Okay, hold on.
Not
Hold on.
sweetie. Oh, you
Hold
sound like
on.
you a
This is.
cocksucker.
Hold
Sweetie,
on. I
calm
do not
down,
want to.
sweetie.
I
Hold
know
on.
blue. I
Hold
know
on.
black women in
Hold on.
Mensa.
Just hold on one
Oh,
second. Hold
I
on.
know
I do
black
not.
women in Mensa.
Just hold on. You need to have
Black
some
women in
self
Mensa are
control,
way
my brother.
Black
Please,
women in Mensa are way smarter.
please have some self control. Please,
yeah.
please.
You see that catty argue
Hold on.
femininity, long-winded, can't put a thought
You see that
together,
ugly
and you
masculinity of
talking
this
Hold
about
ugly
on.
a
monkey.
low IQ. He's
Hold
talking
on.
about a
Now
low
finish your
IQ.
You
thought,
see this
and then
ugly monkey.
listen.
He can't even
If
put
y'all
a
want
You
to,
see this
sentence
female
together, but he's
okay,
monkey.
hold
talking
on.
about an
Hold on.
IQ.
Both parties. Hold on. Both parties. Look, if y'all want to have the insulting, I don't. Y'all can
I
get
didn't
it out.
come here for that.
However, but we gotta be able to hear it then, if that's the case, because I'm trying to get it where it could go back to a conversation, but for some reason it ain't
I'm
going
not
there.
trying to have a conversation. I was just making my
Okay,
exit and I was
go
talking
ahead.
to her. It wasn't about insulting him. He
Okay.
absolutely was condoning deletion. My point was, I'm not arguing against my own point because I don't condone that. That was the end of the sentence.
Okay.
Nobody who can't form a sentence can talk to me about IQ. It's taking him 20 minutes to answer simple questions. Let's stop it, sir. And with that, I'll be in the chat.
Thank you, voice of Venus. All right, she left, so there's no need for you to insult the
Yeah,
lady.
she
now.
low IQ. I'm gonna let her live. I'm gonna let
Thank
her
you.
live. You're right,
you.
Sharon. I love your panel, so I'm gonna let you move forward. Go ahead.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And sometimes we got to be able to do that and not just have arguments for just for argument's sake. And because plus people can't actually hear when we both just trying to everybody just trying to talk over each
Yeah.
other. You can't
No,
hear.
but Sharon, I'm just saying,
Yes.
black women in Mensa that have IQs of 140 and 150 are verifiably more intelligent than women like Venus. I'm just saying, I've met black
Yes.
women who I actually genuinely in the academic space or the workplace I admire, and I'm like, yo, as a human being, whether they're women or men, they're intelligent people. Period. That's it. So just because she as an individual is not the brightest, I'm not projecting her lack of intelligence on all black women. Again,
Right.
I'm
It's
from a
like,
family
okay. So you
of
got
How do you
plenty of
know her
intelligent black
intelligence?
hold
women.
on, hold
So
on,
I'm just saying, I'm giving
hold
black
on.
women their
Can you
flowers.
please?
I'm not.
I'm
I don't.
talking to
I
you.
don't like that game of
Hold.
generalizing people.
Can
I
you
don't like
please?
that.
Can you
That's
please? Can you hear
disingenuous.
me?
That's not fair.
Can you hear me? I need you to hear me.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad. My bad.
Thank you, because you doing run-on sentences, and I need you to slow down. I need you to have some brevity. Shorten it up real quick. Conversations with MJ. That mask fell off quick. So the thing, Pookie, right? You can't go ahead and say something as if, and I'm gonna bring you right in Wall Street Willie. You cannot say things that you know all these women that got super high IQs, right? It's kind of very similar to the situation where women said, I got engaged 10 times. It doesn't matter if you met
No.
somebody with high IQ or not. That
No.
it's pointless to
I mean,
say.
I kind of, that's a good example. Sharon, I'm not going to, okay, you know what? I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest with you. That was a pretty good example. I'm not going to be disingenuous. That was a pretty damn good example. So you kind of got me. But I'm a Taurus and I'm stubborn. So you know I got a counterpoint. You know, no, my bad. I'm going to chill. I'm going to let you keep going. My bad. Keep going.
I appreciate
My
you.
bad. Keep going. My bad.
All right.
My bad.
Welcome to the show, Wall Street Willie.
I'm being good today. I'm being good. I just came from a conversation about men and women in the military. So when I clicked over and heard the build y'all were doing, I said, "All right, let me check in." And my stance was, I know a lot of women way tougher, way more vigilant and intelligent than a lot of the men that I've been around. So I wouldn't have a problem with those women having my six. While I'm not saying women should be in the military, I'm not barring them from it either. So I was just trying to see where the conversation goes.
Oh, to Robert Platinum in the chat, I never said my IQ is high. My IQ is it's only 123. It's medium high. But Venus is attractive. Just Sharon, you're muted by the way. But just so y'all in the chat, let me clarify. Venus is physically attractive. She is sexy. I'm not going to get up here and cap. Venus, I've seen Venus. I get it. I seen her avatar with that Venus. She got nice natural brown
Yo
braids or
trying to
hair,
holler.
whatever. She got nice
Yo
clear.
trying to holler.
I get it. She's physically she got a nice body. I get it. So let me not get up here and cap. But I debate and argue with attractive women all day. I'm not gonna get up here and argue with ugly women. I'm gonna argue with cute women. Like cute women, you could argue with them. You could cuddle after. You could shake hands and move on. Y'all could disagree. Y'all could make out and have sex after. Like cute women, just because you like them, don't mean you can't disagree with them here and there from time to time. Y'all can have y'all adults. Y'all can have an adult conversation. So don't get it twisted. I hope y'all don't think just because I argue with her, I think she's unattractive. Y'all like obviously Venus look good as shit. Like what? Anyway, my bad, Sharon. But
wait,
y'all in the chat
bro.
who accused that of me, y'all are reaching because I don't think I ever said anything that implied Venus was physically unattractive. I mean, come on now, y'all got to be kidding me. Go ahead, Sharon. My bad.
You called her a monkey.
That was a lot.
Oh well, maybe okay. My bad. My bad.
Yes,
Maybe
we
okay. My bad. Maybe I okay. Okay.
I just want to
Maybe
say to
maybe I
that
did. I
point
don't. I
though,
don't
right?
remember. Okay, maybe I. Okay,
I
but
just want to say
besides
to
that,
that point.
besides that though, besides that.
Everyone doesn't have the authority, right, to criticize and critique certain women. It's like me as a man, right? If you're not invested in my betterment, my career, my family, whatever, I don't care what you think, right? If you're not a man, right? Like I do have a certain authority when it comes to my wife. And guess what? Before it goes left, she has an authority when it comes to me as well. I'm a goofball. I'm a crash out. Sometimes I need somebody to protect me from me, right? My partner is able to do that. And I'm able to criticize her as well. I'm saying if you haven't earned that spot to be able to critique or criticize this woman, you're wasting your time, especially if she's not going to hear your argument anyway. You're wasting your time. Got him. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to earn a certain level of respect. Like, one thing I do agree with in the overall conversation of men and women is just because you swinging doesn't mean you have the authority to have an opinion. You have to prove that you're that man that she can trust, that will protect her, that has her best interest in mind, right? When you've proven that, you have no problem getting these women to respect you. Not only my wife, but some of my best friends are women, right? I have no problem getting them to respect my opinion because I've earned the authority to have an opinion. A lot of y'all have opinions and haven't earned the authority to have an opinion. When you come to this conversation, if you want to talk about women, right, it would be best, in my opinion, if you were able to come here and talk about your dealings with your wife, right? A woman you're dedicated to, a woman that you're bettering, that you're empowering. If you just have an opinion, white folk can have an opinion on me all day. I don't care. Like, and you kind of get put in that same box with the whole red pill conversation where you become that. You become the white conservative to my black American, right? You have this opposing opinion, but you don't have the authority, right, to have that input. So I'm just saying we got to be careful who we let control the dialogue.
Well, if we're like talking about IQs, I have a 131 and I'm ENFJ. But I would say this: when it really
No,
comes,
Genesis, you smart. I could tell you smart.
but but I
Yes,
but I would say this is that to go into IQ. I mean, I don't really. I'm like, who cares about IQ?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That was a
What
low
about
blow. I
emotional
know.
IQ? What about emotional intelligence? Why don't we talk about
Yeah.
emotional intelligence? We need to start talk about. No, I can show you the actual report. I've done my IQ test. So
but one thing I would say is that like I do agree with Willie that you have to prove who you are within your relationship and life and work and all those things. Just like Pookie was saying earlier, he tried to get a promotion. You can't try, you gotta show and prove. And once you do and
Yeah.
show and prove who you are and that your work actually means something, you can move forward. And
Right.
then you would get that promotion. Your girl will start listening to it. She would take care in you because you're taking care in yourself. So when you are a man that your words with reality is going to move a certain way.
I agree. I was really talking about emotional intelligence because IQ is just a matter of being able to understand patterns and different things like that. But just because you have a high IQ does not mean that you are able to be able to. That's why I broke down what my personality is: extrovert, whatever fun, whatever the ENFJ is, whatever that means.
Yeah, I
So,
think I'm an INFJ. No, I think I'm an INTJ. My bad.
Well, you just cannot start talking because you had a thought. Let the lady finish her thought.
Oh no, my bad. No, Sharon, my bad.
Get your ass on camera too.
No,
I don't know why you turned on the
I was
camera.
just
Get back
I
on
wanted
camera.
her to
I'm
continue
just a
talking. I
genius.
was just ad libbing. My bad. I wasn't starting the whole sentence. I was just ad libbing on her. My bad. My bad. It's a
Don't say
thing.
it
It's
three
a
times.
thing.
You
It,
said it twice already. That's enough. You said
my
my
bad.
bad.
Go ahead, Genesis. My bad. My bad.
All right, hold on 1 second. Goddamn it, interrupting my girl Genesis like that. Conversation with MJ. That man fell off quick. Impairs with $2. Collective panel IQ equals 30. Keep running, Sharon. Ain't nobody running from you, boy. Stop.
Right. So
And
what I
then-
was
and one more thing.
Oh, my
Welcome to the show. Thank you, gents, for being so patient. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, my man,
You know how I do.
Uncle Jeff. Good day, Uncle Jeff. How you doing today,
Jeff.
sir?
Bro, man, people. I was enjoying the show in the background while I was working my butt off on this. I want to invite y'all this Saturday to check it out. Go to the Zero Frame channel. I'm gonna be reviewing some Grand Theft Auto, or no, I'm sorry, some COD games that some episodes I've been playing. I'm just editing that right now. But this is a dope discussion. Number one, and tell me, Brother Sharon, if I'm kind of off the lane, but I believe that just like your children, just like your finances, just like that portal to hell that you have open behind your head, nobody has a fireplace that high. Just like those things are precious to you, the truth is precious.
Right.
And in the wrong hands, the truth is now not believed.
Yeah.
I can't trust the truth in hands that I can't trust.
Yeah.
That's why everybody ain't qualified to make a point. Because you cannot be responsible. Everybody, Sharon, everybody ain't responsible to pick your kids up from school.
Yeah.
They're not. So those same people are not responsible to tell the truth, regardless to how truthful that truth is, because it comes off hypocritical in your mouth. It comes off dishonest in your mouth because of your personal track record. So you have to ask yourself before you tell the truth, who knows it? Who knows you before you open your mouth about the truth, regardless to how right you are. Now I'll shut
Well
up.
said. Well said.
Yeah, that was very well said. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Genesis. I cut you off. I apologize for that. Go ahead, DJ Genesis. Hope
Well,
that didn't
I
throw
was
you off.
really trying to get into emotional intelligence because really that's all when it really breaks down into relationships. That's the only thing that really matters. IQ, I mean, people with autism could have a very high IQ, but when it comes down to socialization, they might not be the best at it, right? So it's a thing where we have to really understand how to deal with society and what is our emotional IQ? What is your love language? What do you prefer in a person? But I think that a lot of people have not because they probably think it's simpish to even know what their love language is. What is it that even drives you to be in love with a person?
I
What is
will
your
say,
emotional level? What is it that makes you tick from a social standpoint? And we don't get into IQ and all this other stuff because that's just about a bit that really doesn't really quantify anything.
I think that's fair because I think that we just gone like as long as if you have average intelligence, you still should be able to do some pretty awesome things. It's not like the most highest IQ people in the world is the only ones that are married or successful or anything like that. And often a lot of times it's actually the opposite. People that have high IQs, they turn out to be not so successful in life. They don't know how to communicate. They don't have no social skills. They don't have no financial skills. They just really intelligent. However, they don't know how to use that intelligence. So at the same time, average intelligence is okay. The problem is people got to start implementing the things that they learn in real time. You cannot just talk about something and continue to talk about it without putting any action forward with the things that you are learning. And that's the
Well
problem
said.
I have with the manosphere. And this is why they get stuck in an echo chamber of just talking about the things that hurt them. And they just get arrested development and they stay there.
You know what's the worst part about that, though? The worst part about that is some of their gripes, right, are legitimate, right? There are certain things that can be critiqued and criticized, but because there's this gender war and these are two opposing sides that don't respect each other, so they're not willing to hear each other's arguments, the things that need to be addressed can't be addressed without you instantly becoming, oh, you're a manispherian. Oh, you're a feminist, right? And black women can't address legitimate gripes with black men and vice versa. That's the worst part of that whole dynamic.
Okay, Willie. I like it when you're not playing around. You actually act like you have some goddamn sense.
I've
Uncle
been
Jeff.
working on self, brother. I've been
Oh
working
well,
on
it
self.
show what today right now it is showing. Uncle Jeff, what is your thoughts on what Wall Street Willie just said? That was surprisingly very good. Uncle Jeff not there?
Why
I would-
surprisingly, man? That's what you gonna do to me, bro? Surprisingly.
Well, you gotta like how you said earlier, you gotta be consistent. And so when you consistently surprise me, there won't be a surprise anymore. Then I can say,
My
hey,
bad.
Wall Street Willie actually moved forward. He started implementing his own.
Fair enough, my brother.
I don't know. I don't know the man to.
Go ahead,
I don't.
Go ahead, Uncle Jeff, go.
Shout out to Wall Street Willie. I don't
Slap the
really.
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Damn. It says drop Jeff and his underbite.
Hey,
Goddamn,
yo,
Jeff, what did you
I
do?
absolutely hate it when you get me with that. Like,
What
I
you
be
mean?
revved up. I be ready to go in, slap. Hate you, Sharon. I hate you.
Oh, it's all good and fun. It's all fun and games. Oh man. I gotta set it up nicely, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just having that conversation with a bunch of dudes. Like, it makes no sense, number one, to have these objections about a group of people, let alone women, right? That you're not connected to.
Right.
Right? The manosphere is not connected to these women they have these gripes with. And they haven't earned the respect that these women will listen to them. So it's like, yo, just relax, bro.
Yo, that's a good point.
That was
So,
really good. Like,
Sharon,
I
I
don't know
don't
what
know.
Willie been doing lately.
My bad. My Wi-Fi
Go ahead. No,
is
you good.
buffering.
Go ahead. You good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, the dude Media Man had I don't know what the video was, but he made a statement that's similar to Wall Street Willie. He was talking about, I guess he was like arguing with red pill dudes, and he was saying, y'all gripes are legitimate, but y'all are trying to hold women accountable that you've never met, that are strangers on an internet panel. Like, a woman may be accountable to her husband,
Right.
that she lives with and she
Her
got
daddy,
kids
her
with, yada
brothers.
yada. Yeah. But that's different than some random chick you just met online. Whether she's a good woman, a bad woman, indifferent, or anything else, it doesn't matter. That's not your woman, period. So that was a good point. I think a lot of
Absolutely.
dudes,
And you know what's
yeah.
even
Go
crazier
ahead.
about it? The crazier part about it is that like you cannot, whatever situation that happened to you with your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife and so on and so forth, you cannot put that on the woman that is on the panel or on majority of women that's walking around in the street. That ain't her.
Because then you become the same women you're talking about. You become the exact same burned, upset, hurt, angry women you're talking about. That's what I be trying to get them to understand. You know what I mean?
I want to ask a question because I did mention love language. How many men up here know what their love language is?
I wanted to speak
I
to
know what
that
my
too.
love language is. I don't know about these niggas.
I don't deal in love language, right? And it's funny because
But everybody, but to be clear, what are the love languages? Do you know what
Well,
the love languages
I
are?
don't care how
Yeah,
women
hold
define it.
on.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Hold on. Before we move it to the next question, let
Oh,
them
I
both
was joking, by the way. Go ahead.
let them answer the first one first. Do you know your love language? Educated.
I don't.
Willie said he doesn't. Educated. Do you know yours?
I do, but I don't define it the way women do.
What?
Technically speaking,
So
like I don't.
you saying men and women have two different definitions?
No, I'm saying this is not to Genesis specifically, but just in general on social media. When I see women define it, they go by the love languages of what is it? Physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service,
Acts of
Mm-hmm.
service.
quality time,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and gift giving, right? Those
Okay.
are the four, right?
Yes.
So me, my by that metric, my
Right.
main one would be physical touch and acts of service. If I was to define it like women, but as a dude, I don't look at it like that. I want my chick to cuddle with me and cook for me,
Access
and
service.
that's really it. To be honest,
Hold on,
that's
hold
my
on, hold
two.
on,
That's
hold
my
And
on,
all
number
you
hold
two.
on,
doing
That's
is
hold
doing
on,
those are
hold
my
on,
top
deeds.
two.
hold on, hold on. Pause there. The problem is you just literally reiterated
What
acts
a
of
love
service
language
and
is.
physical touch.
Yeah, okay. No, yeah, no, but I'm saying I just look at that as a general relationship
Hold on, but
like
pause.
thing.
I need you to stop and really
I don't
understand.
Oh, go
Hold
ahead.
on. I need you to really understand what you're saying. You try to flip the words around like it was a different meaning, like it was a boy meaning
Oh
and
yeah,
a
no,
girl
yeah,
meaning,
I get you,
but
I get you.
actually
Yeah,
it's the
my bad.
same
Yeah, I
exact
get you, I
meaning.
get you. I try to make it seem like I reinvented the wheel and shit. I get you, I get you. My bad, my
That
bad.
was crazy that happened in real time though.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh shit.
I mean, I'll
yeah.
say
It's a,
this,
I
right?
just want to say this before Willie go. It's okay to agree with women. If she says something
No,
correct,
yo,
hold on, hold
again,
on, hold
I'm a
on, hold on.
Taurus.
Let me
I'm
finish
a
my statement.
Taurus. I'm gonna make women
Hold
fight
on,
tooth and nail for
hold
everything
on,
they
let me
get.
finish. That's not a good trait. You need to get
Not a
past
good
that.
thing, brother.
So what you need to do is that if somebody says something that's good and you could implement that one thing in your life, you need to just do that. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. As long as you could trust the person to be like, because Uncle Jeff was saying this earlier, right? Not everybody's qualified to give you good advice, but the person that you do trust for good advice, you need to just take it and implement it. Don't try to reinvent
So
it. Go ahead, Willie.
that's kind of what I was going into. So, I have a grand aunt. She's 50 million years old. We love her to death, right? So when we're having little family events, she's the one that kind of interacts with us on our level and gives us, what we want to know from the past.
Mhm.
So when that conversation, because it is a conversation that came up with me and my cousins about love languages, my grand aunt was like, I don't know about no love languages. This is what I know. This is what I need to do for my man. This is what I expect from him. And
Mm,
these are the things that kept our relationship strong for
right.
years. That's the advice I take. You know what I mean? Because
So
That's
she's
good. Oh,
because
go
in
ahead.
her
Oh,
marriage is something I aspire to have.
awesome.
So when I hear,
Put a period.
it, go ahead.
Go ahead, Genesis.
so the question is, when your grandma expressed what those things were, did they fall into one of those categories, or was there a category that was not in those categories?
I
Mm,
would say that it wasn't as defined, right? It wasn't as specific where you're in this category or you're in this category. Like with the love language thing, it's like, what is your love language, right?
hmm
What I learned from my grand aunt is what's expected of me as a man to maintain my marriage. That's what was important to me, right? Like, even when we brought her that term, she was like, love language? What's that? Right?
Right.
So now that tells me, right? Black people have been maintaining great relationships without even bringing up love language,
So,
right?
but so what Jensen's trying to get at is that like it doesn't matter if the technical term wasn't invented. Still, we
I get
still
it.
operated in those four different terms, and once you understand which one works for you, uh, that's when you can have a little bit more honest of a conversation with
Now
your
here's
mate,
the problem, Sharon.
and especially when you know,
Now
especially
here's the
when
problem, Sharon. When I listen to her, right? And when I listen to the rhetoric behind love languages is very much about categories, right? Your love language is this, your love language is that. What my grand aunt made me realize is there's a spectrum of roles you're gonna have to fulfill, right? It's not a one trick pony. It's not like if you know this love language, your relationship will be golden. Nah, it's about knowing your partner. It's about knowing your role in the relationship. It's about, things outside of the social media commentary, You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's my question though. All right, so say her husband works all day and he comes home and he expects his meal on the table every day. And then he expects her to give it to him at night or whatever. And then she expects, so that means that those three are his love language.
I
And
get
so
that.
it doesn't matter that it has to be, you have to pick one. It's like, it's that these are the things that make him tick, that he finds important in the relationship, right? Like I want this and this and this. Just like he just outlined, he wants to snuggle and he wants his food cooked, right? That those two are his things that he finds that could be deal breakers if that's not happening, right? Same thing in any relationship. So I think that what happens is that people like they get intimidated by having to pick one category, but it does not have to, just because it's a all they did was define the categories into what happens in a relationship, you know.
But you just said an important point. You just said deal breakers, right? I feel like love language, that whole conversation is focused more around deal breakers than it is in terms of building and feeding this relationship with what it needs. You
Pause
get what I'm
there.
saying?
So no, I disagree because it's actually the opposite. It's designed for you to recognize your own version of a love language and not force your version on the other person, because what you like for yourself may not necessarily be what the other person want from you, because they love language could be different. You might have 1 and 2 and they might have 3 and 4, but you look at the other person, why she's like giving me 1 and 2.
Wait,
But
Sharon, maybe this is a bit left field, but I think honestly, in the past 15 years, this whole love language thing is just some like pseudo intellectual pop psychology language that some college educated women picked up from white women in the media. And it sounds cool, it sounds super intelligent and you're awakened,
you said
you're
enough,
thinking on
bro.
a deeper level. But
Don't ruin
it's
it.
not that serious. Like,
Don't ruin
bro,
it. You said enough.
you cooking for your man when he gets home from work, that's not rocket science. That's common sense. Can we just stop the intellectual posturing, please?
But
But go
wait,
ahead.
real quick, I want to
It was
build
made
on
by
that.
a man named Gary Chapman, not a woman, by the way. So let's
So I
No,
want to
but
build
the
on that.
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
the
hold on.
same white
I'm glad.
women
Hold
that
on,
black
hold on,
women had a
hold on, hold
backbone
on.
and used to
Educated
argue
Pookie,
with
hold on, hold on.
in the
Educated
90s
Pookie,
and
hold on,
2000s,
hold on,
in the
hold on, hold
2010s,
on,
all of a
hold
sudden
on,
black
hold
women
on, hold on.
started
Educated,
falling
hold
for the
on.
same
Educated Pookie.
feminist
You gotta
TikTok
be able
Hold
to
on,
listen as well.
communities
Pookie.
Hold on,
Hold
that
on,
Becky's
Pookie.
hold
fall
on.
for. I'm just saying
Educated
it's
Pookie, hold
it
on.
sounds exactly, this is feminist Becky
Oh
TikTok
my God.
101. Like this
Hold
love
on, hold
language
on.
stuff. Like
Hey, yo,
Pookie,
Pookie,
everything
first of
Pookie.
black
all, I
women
love the
Hold on, I
say,
name.
got you, Willie. Hold
everything
on.
black women.
Hold on. Hold on, Pookie.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Hold, yes, please. You got to be there. Listen while we have this conversation. Black, what you? So the problem is that a man actually wrote the book. So you cannot say it's some Becky or white and all this other
No,
stuff.
I'm saying the talking
Hold
points
on. No,
were
no, no,
made
no, no.
popular by white
Hold
women
on.
on
Chill.
social
Hey,
media,
yo,
You got
though.
Pookie, chill,
you got to let me
Pookie.
finish my
Let him
statement.
cook.
No, I'm saying
I
feminist
know what
white
you're
women
saying.
made his talking
Pookie,
points
chill. I'm
popular.
going to make the connection. Pookie, chill.
Literally, they don't literally. I'm
Let
saying
him make his
literally. I'm
point,
not even
though.
exaggerating. Literally,
But
white
wait,
women made
Pookie,
his talking points popular. Literally.
Pookie. Now that's the connection, right? I do agree that a lot of these talking points were made by men, but they were weaponized by certain groups, right? So I'm in between on this one. Like I do understand what Pookie's saying, but of course, Sharon, I get the point you're making as well. You know what I mean?
It was actually created in 1992 by Gary Chapman, a man. So this is before the internet was even popping. So this was even before the internet. So I don't understand why this is. Why would this is a psychologist trying to understand relationships, just like they had the thing men are from Mars and women are from Venus. It was a man trying to help what people be in relationships, and now you're saying it's a weapon. Why would love
No,
knowing
I'm
how
saying the
love?
Let me
same
ask you a
Hold on,
talking
no,
question.
points that
hold
You
the
on,
got to
hold
black
on, hold
women
on,
hold
hold
on.
on.
bring
Why
up
would
Hold
are
on,
why
hold
would
on.
all
Let her
white
finish.
women
Hold on, Pookie. You gotta let people finish.
popularized talking
Wow.
points. That's it.
Hey, yo,
Pookie, you
Pookie,
gotta let somebody
chill.
They're
finish their
carbon
thought.
copies of
Hold on.
feminine.
I
Hey, yo,
understand, but let
Pookie, you
somebody
making it
finish
hot.
a
Pookie,
statement.
chill.
Please let
Yeah,
her
is it all
finish.
right? You all
Let
right,
her
Pookie?
finish. Let her finish
Yeah.
her full statement first, and then you have a full chance to rebuttal. You speak
Oh
for a
yeah,
very
yeah,
long.
yeah. My bad, my bad.
Please go ahead, Genesis. Finish your statement, baby girl.
So this whole book was about people. It was made by a psychologist in 1992 named Gary Chapman, a white man who was trying to help people understand how to have better relationships. Now, I don't understand how love language can be turned into a weaponized thing if people are understanding how to understand their partner better and to serve them better within the way that with the things that they like. Okay, all right, I like to be snuggled every time, or I like this. Oh, okay, so I know how to appeal to you. Well, I like to go out sometime. I like to accessorize. I like to be bought things. Some people there's different people, what makes them tick. And it was just a way to like understand what makes a person tick. And then when you're in a relationship with that person, you know better how to be in that relationship. How is that weaponized? How could that be a weaponized thing?
So I would say, right, with that conversation, when you bring up the fact that it was created in 1992, for me personally, right, in terms of what I need to be successful, where I look to is past experiences. I look to my granduncles, my grandaunts, my granddad, grandmama, right? Those relationships that I see have lasted the test of time, right? They have something that predates 1992, right? So now you have this new term created, love languages. And yes, like with anything, there's a lot of truth in it. I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't even say utilizing it wouldn't be beneficial, right? The problem is if my grandaunt didn't cook dinner, right, and my granddad's love language is acts of service, right, that doesn't kill a relationship, right? There's more to it than that. So I don't think we have that conversation in the proper context. There's more
Okay.
to it than just love languages.
Okay, perfect. That's a good spot to land it. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. What's your thoughts on that?
I wanted to answer the question on how love languages can be weaponized.
Okay.
It reminds me of a lyric from a Prince song, Illusion, Coma, Pimp, and Circumstance. He says, money might talk, but what does it say? Sure, you have a love language, but what are you saying? What is it being used for? There is still a relationship, bloody war going on between Black people. And they will use anything, both sides, both unhealed sides, pick up anything they can as a weapon to score on the other side.
I agree with that.
So it doesn't matter that the inception of love language, it doesn't matter that a butter knife was made to go through butter. If I take it and stab you in your throat with it, it's a weapon. We are
As
weaponizing.
valuable as it might be, if it's used in the wrong way.
Right.
I'm with
exactly.
you. I'm with you.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying is that you can weaponize anything. You can weaponize a baby. How often do we watch that?
I mean that's a fair point that you can absolutely figure out a way to weaponize anything. That's a fair point. But it also negates the fact that Pookie was saying that it was used as a weapon at the same time, right?
Wait, I didn't say. I don't know where y'all got the weapon part from. I don't know who brought that up.
You did.
Nah, that was me. I said that.
I didn't bring that. I didn't say that. I said just for context, I went to college from 2006 to 2009. Back in those days,
what degree did you get?
I was majoring poli-sci because I was supposed to go to law school. Yes, I picked an easy major. Yes, I'm already aware.
Hold on.
I know I picked an easy
Hold on,
major.
I didn't hear. Hold on, basket what?
No, I said
poli-sci.
My major in undergrad was political science. I placed into calculus. I could have very well gotten a business or STEM degree. I'm fully aware of that. But at the time, I wanted to go to law school. So I was like, I'm not picking a super hard major if I'm going to go to law school anyway.
And so, with that being said, we got to start Tough Talk Thursdays right back here. We right back at it. We're going to have a conversation. I'm about to cook up some guys. They name DJ Witch Doctor. Is he blind or is he? Let me stop playing. Israel Mills, we right back. We about to start it back up. We hit the 2-hour mark. Thank you. We coming right back. Don't go nowhere. You don't even have to move anywhere. It's gonna come right up. Don't you worry about it.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me